First responders, lacking specialized training, misidentified medical-grade anesthesia supplies as street drugs at Sarah Harris's residence. This misclassification led to a premature conclusion of overdose, highlighting the critical need for expertise in distinguishing between medical and illicit paraphernalia. Such errors can impede justice and deny families closure, underscoring the importance of specialized knowledge in death investigations. First responders, lacking specialized training, misidentified medical-grade anesthesia supplies as street drug paraphernalia at Sarah Harris's residence. This misinterpretation led to a premature classification of her death as a typical overdose. The investigation concluded without further analysis, adhering to standard protocols for drug-related fatalities, leaving critical evidence unexamined. First responders misidentified medical-grade anesthesia equipment as street drug paraphernalia, leading to critical misinterpretations. Standard protocols failed to address the specialized pharmaceutical context, resulting in premature conclusions. This oversight prevented a thorough investigation, closing off alternative explanations for the death, highlighting the need for specialized knowledge in such cases. The Sarah Harris case highlights a systemic issue, the expertise gap in death investigations. Most officers lack training in identifying medical equipment or understanding pharmaceutical crimes. This gap can lead to misclassifications, as seen when generalists misinterpret specialized contexts, underscoring the need for specialized knowledge in complex cases. The specialized detectives' extensive background in pharmaceutical investigations enabled them to identify medical-grade equipment misinterpreted by first responders. Their ability to recognize patterns from past cases involving medical professionals revealed inconsistencies, suggesting a complex scenario. This expertise was crucial in discerning the true nature of the medical-grade anesthesia equipment, highlighting the need for specialized knowledge in such investigations. First responders identified typical drug paraphernalia consistent with street drug use. However, the specialized detective noticed professional-grade medical equipment and pharmaceutical markers, indicating access to controlled hospital supplies. This evidence suggested a scenario requiring substantial medical knowledge, transforming the case's interpretation entirely. The specialized detective's review of the original case files and photographs revealed professional medical equipment, suggesting involvement of someone with medical expertise. This new hypothesis led to the case's reclassification as a suspicious death, requiring a thorough investigation. The transformation from a routine overdose to a potentially sinister scenario demanded immediate attention. Photographic evidence played a pivotal role in bridging the gap between initial misclassification and case reopening. Initial images preserved critical evidence, enabling detailed re-examination. Digital enhancement revealed subtle details, invisible to the naked eye, providing objective support for the new investigative direction. These images were essential in understanding the true circumstances surrounding Sarah Harris's death. Recognizing medical-grade equipment is crucial in distinguishing between street drug paraphernalia and legitimate medical supplies. Key differences include precision-manufactured syringes, pharmaceutically labeled vials, and standardized preparation tools. These items feature quality markers and professional labeling, unlike improvised street equipment. Specialized knowledge is essential, as typical police training does not cover these distinctions, highlighting the need for expertise in pharmaceutical crime investigations. Standard investigative protocols often fall short in complex cases. Checklists designed for typical scenarios fail when unique evidence arises. Officers face pressure to close cases swiftly, often lacking specialized training in pharmaceutical crimes. The Sarah Harris case illustrates how defaulting to familiar categories, due to these limitations, can obstruct justice rather than serve it. Investigative shortcuts lead to nearly 43% of drug-related deaths being misclassified, often delaying justice by an average of 18 months. This misclassification demands 3 times the resources for proper investigation later. the human cost is profound, leaving families without closure and potential perpetrators unpunished, as seen in the Sarah Harris case. Public skepticism in official investigations is rising, fueled by cases like Sarah Harris's. High-profile errors erode trust in the justice system, impacting jury decisions and community cooperation. This trust deficit creates a cycle of doubt and scrutiny, exposing systemic issues and further diminishing confidence in institutions. Research highlights systemic issues in American policing, such as deceptive interrogation practices and testimonial inconsistencies. Institutional incentives often prioritize case closure over thorough investigation, compromising truth and justice. These systemic flaws, even without malicious intent, can derail justice, leaving victims' families without answers or closure. Misclassified deaths prevent families from processing their loss, leaving them with unresolved grief and unanswered questions. This emotional turmoil is compounded by the knowledge that those responsible remain unpunished, delaying justice. The impact extends beyond the family, affecting entire communities with secondary trauma and a loss of security. Sarah's death was initially misclassified as a drug overdose due to superficial assessments. A detective with pharmaceutical expertise noticed inconsistencies in case photos, prompting a reevaluation. This chance involvement shifted the case from accidental overdose to potential homicide, underscoring the justice system's vulnerability when reliant on fortuitous expertise rather than systematic thoroughness. True crime stories often glorify the lone detective who uncovers hidden truths, overshadowing systemic flaws. In reality, investigations should rely on robust systems and specialized training for all involved. Celebrating individual heroics in Sarah's case highlights a deeper issue. Justice must be rooted in comprehensive expertise, not chance heroism. The Rebecca's How case highlights how confirmation bias can lead to overlooking homicide. Similarly, Kendrick Johnson's death was hastily deemed accidental, ignoring crucial evidence. Morgan Ingram's case shows how initial suicide rulings can mask deeper issues. Ellen Greenberg's investigation reveals how expedient conclusions can contradict forensic evidence. These cases underscore systemic flaws in death investigations. Reforming death investigation protocols demands a shift to collaborative analysis, integrating specialized knowledge early. Officers need comprehensive training in pharmaceutical crime investigation. Multidisciplinary teams should include experts for complex cases. Enhanced evidence preservation protocols and mandatory secondary reviews ensure thoroughness. Digital evidence management systems are crucial for effective cataloging and analysis, ensuring justice is served accurately and efficiently. High-profile mishandled cases, like Sarah Harris's, highlight societal concerns about institutional competence. Media coverage and true crime content amplify these anxieties, questioning the justice system's ability to protect citizens. Social media further magnifies these issues, creating a public demand for accountability and reform in investigative processes. Law enforcement must adopt specialized training and collaborative models to prevent case misclassification. Families should advocate for thorough investigations and seek second opinions. Communities need to support reforms prioritizing accuracy and demand transparency. Media should highlight the role of expertise without sensationalism. Systematic reform is essential to ensure justice is served effectively.